as like, I'm totally doing all these cool things in the name of the truth is a little bit irritating.
No, I don't think they have that sense at all, because I don't think they think they're lying. I think they have come up with reasons
crazy
in their head. They have justified all of the not quite truths, and sort of, well, that's close enough to the truth. All of their horseshoe truths, right? Like it's close enough. You know, it didn't quite hit. This is what my band director always used to say: is close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, right? Like they get they're like it's truthiness.
Video protected.
This is actually what's funny is that the idea of truthiness was initially an attack on Republicans who absolutely, especially with regard to the Iraq War, that came out of the kind of comic news presenter world. It wasn't the Daily Show, I believe, but it was the other guy who went. It was Colbert who invented this, right? And like that was at the time, liberals saw this as a stirring critique of the right and of the way that Republicans operated, and of people like Bush. And I think that many of them would say that continues to be true with someone like Donald Trump, who is just clearly not burdened by the need to tell the truth. But they don't see it when they are doing it. They think they're doing something else, and they think that because they are serving honorable purposes and not intentionally lying for some sort of self-serving purpose, that's what they think in their head. I'm not saying that's what they're actually doing. They view it that way, and so they don't see it at all.
The Biden administration was notorious on this about, of course, Biden's own fitness, about the Robert Hur report about his own cognitive decline, and also about stuff like vaccine. Something about vaccine mandates, right? And I know it's 1,000 years ago, so we've all forgotten, but the president-elect said in December 2020, oh, we're not going to do that. And then the White House press person said, oh, we're not going to do that. And Rochelle Walensky said, we're not going to do that. And then Biden said, sorry, look what you made.
Do you remember Obamacare and the central claim of Obamacare?
Walensky said, we're not going to do that. And then Biden said, sorry, look what you made.
Do you remember Obamacare and the central claim of Obamacare in selling it was, if you like your healthcare plan, you can keep your healthcare plan. Well, that turned out not to be true. And there was a Wall Street Journal report that I have cited a zillion times that almost everyone has forgotten about. In my recollection, I could be wrong about this, but it ran on a Saturday. There was a Wall Street Journal report that basically said that when Obama and his top economic and policy advisors were discussing how this plan would be set up, they knew that was going to be not strictly true. They knew that it was not going to be true that everybody who liked their plan could keep their plan. And yet they also understood that in order to sell Obamacare, they had to say that, because Clinton care, because Hillary care in the 1990s had failed largely because people thought they couldn't, people correctly understood that it would have taken away health insurance plans that they liked. And so they chose to tell something that was certainly you could characterize as a lie. It wasn't fully true, let's say. It was maybe a little bit misleading, perhaps even a lot misleading to people. They chose to tell a lie, to sell a policy. And they justified this to themselves by saying, well, it's a good policy. That is what Republicans were doing with the Iraq War. And it didn't make it right in either case. And I think Democrats see this as